Over the next few years, the other two children and their families moved away. I've made several attempts. I can't seem to find current addresses or contact information for either. Tommy McAfee, on the other hand. Tommy came back into the public light a few weeks ago. The local newspaper announced that his parents had both died in a car accident, leaving Tommy the sole inheritor of the property. This was when I reached out to him. He didn't respond. Not that I really thought he would. There hadn't been a peep out of him or his family since the events of 1980, and I doubted he wanted a reporter coming in and stirring things up. But it was nearly the anniversary of his own disappearance as a child, and so I figured it was now or never. I wanted to know what really happened those 3 days in the summer of 1980. I didn't believe that 3 children who had lived in Rhodes Creek all of their, albeit short lives, could suddenly get lost in their own hometown. There were woods in the area, but for my research, they weren't thick. And that one witness was stuck in my mind. The one who claimed the children actually went into McAfee's home didn't come out. Neither Henry nor Rosemary testified to seeing the 3 children that night, claiming that they hadn't ever seen their son since he'd left for the park in the early afternoon. And then there was the children's testimonies themselves. Through methods I'd rather not divulge, I've been able to look at the actual transcripts from the original police report. Here's what they said. Names redacted. We had been out playing. We stayed out later than we meant to. Tommy said
the truth of life and death
town to the woods. But we got lost partway through. We kept walking into the night. We drank water from the creek. One day we saw the road and we walked home.
We have the upper hand.
Name redacted. The boy.
Ready for
We've been
another?
out playing. We stayed out later than we meant to. I said I knew a shortcut to the woods back into town. Part of the way through we got lost. We drank water from the creek.
Fighting is
we kept walking through the night. One day we saw the road and we went home.
We have the upper hand.
Separate accounts.
You
Given
don't
by
look so
different
good.
people. And none being able to sit down on the testimony of the others. You know? They're virtually identical in context.
I've no interest in conflict.
Something that Heather had been
Commencing support.
she's like me, fascinated with mysterious happenings, even those that happened 3 decades ago. But she's far more accurate than that.
Do you know who I
It was
am?
her that proposed that we drop in on the cases, unannounced.
Too late to repent.
I can't shake the feeling that I haven't gotten the full story.
Fighting is meaningless.
I said yes. Something else happened yesterday. Something that had been buried for 30 years. And if there's one thing I can't escape, it's my desire to dig. You know the saying, curiosity killed the cat? Whenever someone recites that to me, I always like to answer with the rest of the phrase. But satisfaction brought it back. Perhaps to justify my need to stick my nose in the places it doesn't belong. But the end always justifies the means.
Time to kill! We have the upper hand.
I've no interest in
Heather and I
conflict.
pay Tommy McAfee an unexpected visit in the roads.
We have the upper hand. Ready for another?
Are you sure we should do this? Heather gave me a playthrough, but firm punch on the shoulder. You said it yourself. That report looked real sketchy. There's definitely something going on. She looked out the windshield and was scrawling around her head. That's all.
Too late
Even
to
if I were
repent.
wrong, what's the worst that could happen? If we kicked us out of his house? I nodded, but grimaced. I drove up the driveway, which was long, lined with trees. All the greenery leading up to the house was impressive, actually. The other yards on the nearby streets had been respectable, but everything here had a sort of vibrance that the others lacked. The grass and leaves were so green. And as we neared the house, I could see that the ranges were in bloom. Each were vibrant pinks and purples, and appeared meticulously taken care of. Not a single wilted petal on any of the plants. We got out of the car and took in the fresh air. Even the breeze smelled sweeter here. As soon as we had rounded the corner to Rhodes Creek, The drops had stopped, but it didn't even have that musty after-rain scent. The water that remained gave everything the glistening effect of dew or sunlight. This place is great, Heather said, taking the view. I nodded in agreement. The house was stark white against the blue sky. It was one of those Tudor-style homes, sharp points of gabled roof, a tall, stacked chimney rising on the side. I was nervous, but I walked with Heather up the sidewalk. I was thinking about what I was going to say, trying to arrange my exact words in my head, but something was distracting me. The hydrangea.
Naughty child. I have something for you.
I had first thought when I drove up. Up close. Something was quite wrong about it.
You won't get away.
In school, we learned about the basics of thermodynamics. First law is simple. Energy cannot be created or destroyed. Almost like saying, we have to work with what we got. But the second law is the one that really screws us.
Perhaps you still do. Humanity never conceals its desire to control the heavens.
At the time, everything was working for chaos. My science teacher used to talk to us like this. If you left a wooden shed alone in the woods 100 years, it would begin to decay. The wood would rot or splinter. Ivy would force itself between the planks until eventually,
just a little.
all that's left is a pile of rubble. Without you ever laying a finger on it.
I have something for you.
Everything in nature is constantly working towards its own destruction, no matter what. And yet,
It's time.
these hydrangeas, there wasn't a single imperfection among them. No browning ends to petals, no stems that refused to bloom, no bite marks from hungry caterpillars. And the smell, though subtle and pleasant on the breeze, was strange at a short distance. It was almost too strong, too concentrated. It smelled like flowers, but in the way a banana-flavored candy tastes like bananas. I walked over to one of the trees by the driveway. "What are you doing?" Heather asked, still halfway to the door. I reached out a hand and touched the bark before quickly pulling it back. I crouched down to the grass at my feet and tugged on a few blades. They stayed put. I walked back over to Heather. "What was that?" She half laughed.
Not good for work or overtime.
I said a bit breathlessly. "I think there's something strange going on here." I motioned to the flowers in front of us. "They're all fake." Heather scoffed at first, but then I didn't return her smile. She leaned forward and felt for herself. They were high quality, to be sure, but there was no mistaking it. Nothing around here was alive. It was all synthetic, plastic, or something similar. "What the hell?" she said under her breath. Then, taking a few steps into the flower bed, she leaned a cluster of flowers towards me. "Look." Nestled in the blooms was a tiny bumblebee, the rump half dusted with pollen. Slowly, Heather raised her hand and gently rubbed her finger against the insect's wings. Nothing. It didn't fly, didn't even crawl. Amazing, isn't it? Heather straightened up quickly. We both turned to see a man standing behind us. Though he was in reality 50 years old, he looked much younger. His skin was gently tan, his build was athletic. His hair was combed to the side, not a stray hair out of place. He wore pants ironed to perfection, and a button-up shirt just as prim. He smiled at us. His teeth were so white they almost glowed, and his skin didn't crease around his wide blue eyes. So blue, he might have been wearing colored contacts. "Sorry," I said quickly, reaching out my hand. "I'm Samuel Singer. This is, Heather Dyer." I cleared my throat. This was always the part that chased people away. "We're with the Moonlight Gazette." He smiled.
Oh, that's a cool.
But he only looked at my outstretched hand. "A member of the press," he said through clenched teeth. "Hardly," Heather spoke up beside me, much to my relief. "We live in Habitsville, which is small enough, but we aren't even the biggest news outlet in town." She tried for an easygoing smile. "And besides, you know how criminal it is these days." He kept smiling. No, I don't. Heather's expression faltered. It's, not doing well. Oh, the man said. And his smile immediately dropped to a frown.
Do we still have the
His eyebrows, which had been slightly raised in excitement, instead furrowed inward. It looked like someone trying to make the expression that means sadness
naughty child
without feeling any actual pity in reality. I'm sorry. That's why we're here. I jumped in. We're hoping that we could talk to Tom
That's better.
McAfee.
Thanks for the
We
support.
wanted to do a feature on him for our college in the moonlight.
The fight.
As soon as I said this, the man's expression shifted back to that same smile he began with, like someone had switched a flip. You're in luck. I'm Tom McAfee.
Not good.
He said right now.
Well, time failed to set
I
you.
was hoping he wasn't. Let's go inside and talk. Then he turned on his heels and began walking up the sidewalk
Just in
towards the door.
time. Just a little
Heather
something.
and I exchanged the same uneasy glances, but neither of us turned back. Is it about the garden? Excuse me?
That paradise
Tommy
may
stopped
be
walking and
unreachable
turned back
from
around.
savor it
Your
fully.
story. It's about my garden, correct? I saw you two admiring it. A completely perfect, pristine,
stayed secure.
artificial
Never
landscape.
possessed.
No allergies, no
Time for
pests.
little counter.
Paradise. I breezed around those flowers. My
Ready for
parents
another?
made it.
Time for
It's one of the few things I have left of it.
You impede
Lovely.
me.
Thank you, he answered. Now come inside. We can talk more about it. You can take a tour of the greenhouse, too. He started to turn away, but my voice stopped him. Oh, I started, unsure of how to proceed. It's really impeccable for sure, but that's not what we wanted to talk about. Tom McAfee stopped, but kept smiling at us both. He didn't say anything.
Unnecessary. I only have 4 stars.
Looks like there's smoke rising in the distance. Miss Chikwe sent us a side crane. See if you can get an aerial visual. This is an emergency. We need to find where the star skiff crashed as soon as possible. We found it. Looks like the pilot isn't inside. If they escaped before it came down, they should still be nearby. Not good. Looks like the crash disturbed monsters in the area. We need to get there, fast. There. That must be who Miss Chikwe asked us to save. We need to hurry. Those abominations have trapped her. Be careful.
Hey, get out of here! It's too dangerous! Go get someone from the Skyfaring Commission. Tell them Qing Ni is in trouble.
Don't worry, Miss Qing Ni. We've been in worse danger.
Fighting is meaningless.
Perhaps you still don't understand. Humanity never conceals its desire to control the heavens, and I'm no exception.
Tiger twirl! Time to twirl!
The truth of life and death. This sanctuary is but a vision. Break!
Time to twirl!
There are too many monsters. Let's hold out for a little longer. The Cloud Knights should be here soon.
Just run! These monsters can't get up here anytime soon.
No can do, Miss Qing Ni. We're not abandoning you.
You two have held out long enough. Help is at hand. Cloud Knights, formation! Prepare to engage! Hold on, Qing Ni. We're coming to get you!
Lance ablaze! Lance forward!
Time to twirl! I won't break. Do you know who I am? This big diamond! It's all yours!
You won't get away.
Time to twirl!
Barely felt it. I have something for you.
The truth of life and death. Reveal sanctuary is but a vision. Break!
You won't get away.
Time to twirl! Oh dear!
I'm on guard.
Perhaps you still don't. Humanity never conceals its desire to control the heavens, and I'm no exception.
Time to twirl!
I didn't know the Helm Master of the Skyfaring Commission dealt with situations like this in person.
Indeed. I should be reviewing files in the Palace of Astrum. However, Qing Ni decided to put herself in danger and trouble our esteemed guests with her safety. As her mother, I couldn't sit idly by. Qing Ni, have you thanked your benefactors yet?
Thank you, benefactors.
No need, Miss Qing Ni. It was nothing.
No need to be humble. You took great risks for the Xianzhou. I saw what you did. It was because of both of you that Qing Ni escaped unscathed. Words cannot express my gratitude. In fact, by way of thanks, I'd like to invite you to the Palace of Astrum for tea. It is about time we knew each other better.
The feeling is mutual, Lady Yukong. We would be honored.
Then, for now, I will excuse myself. Qingni's irresponsible actions caused much trouble for the two of you. Allow me to apologize once again on her behalf.
You always do this, Mother. Scold me before figuring out what actually happened. It was a dire situation. I was the only one who could...
You promised me, Qingni. We shall discuss this when we return. Please excuse us, benefactors. I look forward to our meeting.
I didn't know Yukong had that side to her. You have a unique way of putting things. But you're not wrong. Appearances seemingly tell us little about the lives of the Xianzhou's leaders, no matter how long those lives may have been. Yukong's inner worries and concerns came to the surface in the presence of her daughter. Only then was it clear that she, too, is somebody's mother. Yes. After all, I know what it's like to worry over a kid's homework and whether their lunch is healthy enough. But there's something I don't understand. Yes, Qingni piloted a star skiff without permission and put herself in danger, but she meant well. Nevertheless, Yukong's reaction suggests that there was something more. Anyway, let's head over to the Palace of Astrum. Best not to keep Yukong waiting. Let's avoid sudden exclamations like that once we're in the palace. Remember, this is no field trip. We're having tea with the Helm Master of the Skyfaring Commission. We'll need to act with diplomatic decorum. All right, let's head out before it gets late.
Getting late. Where to now?
Why won't you listen to me?
Because it's my life! You know I have the talent to make it. I can become the Luofu's best pilot, just like you were.
Talent? You'd be dead if it weren't for those two travelers. Do you think stealing a star skiff and taking to the skies is a show of talent? What about being trapped by abominations? Did you at any moment think about what I would feel if something happened to you? Do you know how many people dream of a relaxing desk job at the Skyfaring Commission? You promised me to work responsibly in your post. Not only have you broken the Skyfaring Commission's regulations, you've broken your promise to me.
I already told you. I had no choice. I want to help you and the Skyfaring Commission, not sit at my desk dealing with never-ending papers. That job doesn't suit me. I got the highest grade in the fighter pilot test. They all said I was a genius, like you. Like mother, like daughter. They were all jealous of me. But no one even knew I had to take the test behind your back. You would never have allowed me to go if I told you about it.
Behind my back? Do you really think you could have walked into the test and sat in the cockpit if I hadn't given my permission behind the scenes? As for genius, don't mention that word to me again. Why do you insist on becoming a pilot? Don't understand.
And I don't understand why you don't understand. Why can anyone in the world become a fighter pilot except the Helm Master's daughter? Don't you realize how ridiculous that is? You may not want to fly anymore, but don't trap me down here with you.
Qingni! Where are you going? I'm sorry you had to witness this.
Apologies, Madam Yukong. We should have given you some time.
On the contrary, I apologize for allowing my own personal matters to encroach on your time.
We don't intend to pry into private business, Helmmaster Yukong. But if there's anything we can help with, please don't hesitate to ask.
Family issues, I'm afraid. You probably heard a thing or two just now. Despite my earnest wish that she continue in her post, Qingni is fixated on becoming a fighter pilot. I may seem overbearing, but the situation she gets herself into sent a shiver up my tail. It's funny, isn't it? I've seen every disaster imaginable, from the abundance axis to a living planet. I thought I'd forgotten what fear was. But when I fought alongside you, I realized there are still things that can terrify me. I'm sorry. Talking about such vexing matters is unbecoming in front of guests. I invited you here to gain a better understanding of the Express, not bore you with these trivialities. Oh, I prepared refreshments for you. Please, you must try this excellent whale tide spring. Please accept these gifts as thanks for saving my daughter. I'd heard that the Nameless had traversed the Starry Sea, but I wasn't prepared for how much I could learn from you.
Well, I'd heard from members of the Skyfaring Commission that you were a top-tier pilot, Madam Yukong, and an ace among the Cloud Knights. Now that I've seen you in action, I know the rumors were true. I hope to witness your flying ability for myself one day. We'll head off now. The Commission must be busy. I look forward to our next meeting, Madam Yukong.
On my flying ability, I'm afraid I'll have to disappoint you, Mr. Yang. The sky no longer suits me.